You know, I realized something. Happiness don't last that long. It feels good, it's impactful, but it's brief. And because happiness is brief, you have to figure out a way to enjoy the pursuit to happiness.
Blah blah blah.
That's all
Blah
we
blah
chasing.
blah blah blah
You
blah
know?
blah blah blah.
And they call it
Trey, just
the
get to the
pursuit of
part where you
happiness,
say, "Let's
which is
start the show."
fair as hell. Let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of the Tutson Interruption. My name is Trey Tutson. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm trying with these angles, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying with these angles. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I don't know what's happening, bro. Y'all let me know which angle y'all think is the best angle. Those that y'all are looking at this visually. For those of y'all that are not, you need to get on board. I don't know what else to say to you. First off, man, before I really even get started, this is the happiest I've been in a long time. The happiest I have been in a very long time. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart that purchased the album. My debut comedy album titled BlissFool. Thank y'all so much for the people that purchased, because I was just hoping anybody listened to it. That's just the truth. I was hoping that anybody listened to it, and not only did people listen to it, they enjoyed it, they shared it with other people. Some people have listened to it multiple times, but it blew me away that people actually purchased it. Highest ranking we end up getting on the charts as far as comedy albums go was number 2. We was second to a up and coming comedian by the name of Matt Rife, who I sent a lot of love to. DM'd him back and forth for a little bit, but he busy guy now, so you know how it is. But yeah, man, came in at number 2. I don't even know what any of that means. I don't even know what it means to like try to like stay on those charts. There's some people that like are into like they get deeply into that shit where it's something else. When people saying that, when they like, yo, this person's on the charts, they climbing on the chart, they've been on the charts for this long, like that's part of their longevity. A lot of respect, man, respect. I don't know what any of that is. I didn't let that shit consume me. I was just happy to have a project out that I could be proud of, man. That's really what it is. Like I was happy I was able to at least even be proud to have something out, because this shit is a journey. This shit is a major, major grind. It's a major grind out here, and man, I was able to do it, man. Some of the reviews, some of the text messages I'm getting from people, some of the DMs I'm getting from people I ain't heard from in a long time. People I ain't seen since middle school that knew me for being funny in middle school. It was like, bro, you like a comedian? Like, this is crazy. I actually got a project out. So proud. And I gotta tell you, man, like, I gotta tell y'all some of the best parts about this weekend. All right. Best parts about this weekend, man. If I could just get into best parts about it. I gotta make sure I'm leaning back in this chair, because my back is messed up. I messed up my back. Well, I didn't mess up my back. My back got messed up in 2020. It really got messed up before 2020. I really messed my back up, I think, in 2011. 2011, I messed my back up. We had this big old like a fun day at church. Like a I don't even know what to call it. It was a fun day. They had like barbecue, moonwalk, they had all this stuff that was at the church. That was outside. It was an outdoor event. And I think I'm 18, 19, somewhere. I don't remember how old I am, but I go and I see the moonwalk, and I don't know what it is, bro. I don't care where I'm at, how old I ever get. if I have access to a moonwalk, oh, I'm getting in there and I'm bouncing. Okay? If I got access to a bouncy house, best believe I'm about to go in there and show you what these calves about. Best believe I'm about to try to cut some flips. Especially if I have kids and I pay for it, I'll be like, don't nobody get in yet. I'll get in first. I pay for this. I pay for it. I'm getting in there and I'm bouncing. Kids be like, Daddy, we want to get in. Shut up. Your daddy don't want to grow up yet. So I don't care what age, bro. So I get in there and I'm showing off. I'm doing 360s and I'm bouncing. I'm leaping up there. I'm having a good time. Then I was like, I had learned how to do a backflip. I learned how to do backflips. So, I'm in there, boy. I'm hitting them flips. Man, I hit a flip and just landed on my face. Bam! And I'm stuck. I'm looking sideways. I'm looking like how they be looking, in the movie, bro. They be laid out. I'm laid out like that on the side of my face, just like breathing, like, oh, I can't move. Army crawled up out that bad boy. Bro, Army crawled up out of there. My back messed up. I can't move nothing. Everything stiff. I'm looking like a strict manager in this mug. I'm just neck tight, everything tight. I can't turn. I can't do nothing. People say my name, Trey. I got to turn all the way around. I can't just turn my head. I got to move. I'm rocking the move. I can't do nothing. Mess my back up. Man, I ended up finding out years later. They were like, yeah, bro, you messed up your trapezius muscle. This big muscle right here that start at your neck and go all the way down through your shoulder, cut up around underneath your rib cage. You strain that. Is messed up for life. So, bro, if I ain't careful, it'll just go out. And one of the things is doing this damn podcast, I be leaning up because I be looking right in the camera and everything. So I got this comfortable chair and I'm still leaning up forward. So, but anyway, I gotta make sure I lean back because my back is toe up, fam. I don't want to tear it up more because don't nobody want to tell jokes like that. Telling jokes, being on stage trying to tell jokes when your back is messed up. You don't realize how much of your back you use just from telling jokes. If you got to lean into a punchline, you ain't ever going to lean into it. Every one of your punchlines start off with, and then you say the punchline. So, but man, so many highlights from this weekend, dog. Just so much stuff that I'm gonna try to get into like everything. So I was nervous. I'm gonna be flat out straight up. I was doing all the promoting and everything for it, posting this and posting that and X, Y, and Z. But I'm nervous. Because I'm nervous when it's actually available. Because I'm like, damn, it ain't no turning back now. Like now, everybody finna hear it. And I got to deal with however they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I don't, man, here it go. It's out now. The album is out. Shit, it's available. Man, I'm thinking, boy, it's about to be negative. Man, I got so much love from everywhere, dog. And so much love from everywhere. But one of the things, I was a little like, I don't know, whatever, we'll see what's up. No, we'll get in that part later. I can't wait to tell y'all that. But I'm nervous and everything, but I'm looking at all the love. I'm looking at everything everybody's saying. And it's for the most part, everything is positive. Everything's cool. But I'm noticing something. And I had talked to Bryson Brown about this. Me and Bryson had talked. Because Bryson Brown dropped his album May 26th. Go listen to Bryson Brown's album too. It's called Lifestyle Jokes. Very funny, brother. But we had thought about something. We was like, bro, I had asked him, I said, man, when you dropped your album, did any of the OGs, that people that say they are OGs, did they show any love about the album? Did they, you know what I'm saying? Did you get a text? Did you get a message? Did you get anything? Bryce was like, man, I ain't get nothing. They ain't sent me nothing, dog. Not now one of them, nothing. And this the thing. I ain't really tripping on nothing because one thing that I know is you ain't owed nothing. If I could tell you anything, young comics out there, bro, you ain't owed nothing in the game. Nobody owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe you congratulations. Don't nobody owe you I see you out there. They don't owe you acknowledgement. They don't owe you no work. They don't owe you opportunity. You are owed nothing. When you get into this game, it's on you to figure it out. The only person that owe you something is you. You owe it to yourself to go out and get it and figure out a way. That's the truth. You owe it to you. So you can bitch, moan, complain, and all of that about this opportunity, that thing, this thing, but the truth is, don't nobody owe you anything. You owe it to yourself. So, but at the same time, if you have reached out and you've made it seem like the relationship has at least advanced to like a master-student sort of thing or a teacher-student sort of thing or a mentor-mentee sort of situation, if you'd have made it seem like that, if I do something and it's a move towards leveling up, it ain't even me on my own being like, this is what I'm gonna do, because it ain't me coming out of my ego. Somebody offered me something, I accepted it, and then we work together as partners to pull this off, right? An entity reach out, say, hey, you want to do this thing? I'm like, yeah, you do it. That's like leveling up. When somebody's asking for your service versus you just being like, well, I want to do this because of whatever's in your ego. If something like that happens, I mean, dog, at the least, could I get a text? Good job, boy. Or a like on the post, or a share would do so much. Especially if this person that's like a whatever, they got a pretty big audience. And it validates you in the craft. It validates you as somebody like, yo, check this person out, he dope. Even if you just say that, you got certain people that just deal with you in a different way. But none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Which I'm glad I didn't get into it looking for that. I gotta tell you. Now they got some older guys that's been in the game or whatever. They ain't really got no big reach and all type of stuff like that. But like Slade Ham hit me up. We had a long conversation about it. And Slade has always looked out for me. Like Slade is like a big brother. You know what I'm saying? Big time. Slade has always looked out for me. Jerry Wayne reached out to me. Robbie Bennett reached out to me. One of the big ones though, I shouldn't say this. Somebody told me not to say this, but goddamn it, I mean, what you want me to do, Lee? I'm happy. I got joy. If y'all don't know who Lily is, y'all see Lily with me. Black lady. She beautiful black lady. She got braids in her hair all the time. She handled everything for me. She handles my website. Everything. If I need a flyer made, if I need real talk. When I need encouragement, Lily be looking out, bro. Like she really is like, she a A1 human being. Just period. Like she got some, she got her flaws. As these bitches do. As these bitches have. But you love a person in spite of that because genuinely, thoroughly, they're a good egg. And she was telling me kind of keep some stuff close to my cars, but man, I can't not say this, bro. Big shout out. So when I did the album back in January at Cap City Comedy Club, that night, y'all remember I told y'all I got to hang with Joe List. and his wife, Sarah Talamash. Joe had kind of blew me off, but then the second night I was like, hey, Joe, it's cool. Appreciate the tips and everything you gave me on the album, blah, blah, blah. I'm out, man. I was trying to smoke cigars with Joe. It's my thing. I like smoking cigars with comics. That's my thing. Joe didn't want to smoke nothing like that. So I was like, cool. Or he was busy. He was tied up. He ended up telling me, hey, man, I didn't mean to blow you off, but I was hanging with Louis C.K. He didn't say Louis C.K. I'm saying Louis C.K. for y'all. He's like, I was hanging with Louis for, all last night. It's about 3 a.m. But look, he on his way here right now. If you want to meet him, he'll be here in like 5 minutes. I was like, bet. And y'all, I think I told you, I'm excited. I don't even know what to do. Louis is one of the reasons that I even considered doing comedy. Because I only knew comedy one way. I'll tell y'all this story. I only knew comedy one way. Studied everything. Studied all of Def Jam, all of Comic View. All I was allowed really to watch in the house I grew up in was black entertainment. I was only allowed to watch black stuff on TV. It wasn't like a rule that was written on the refrigerator, but when your dad look at you and look at the TV and then look back at you and then like tilt his head a little bit, that kind of signals you need to turn this bullshit off. So, and if it was something white on TV. So how I used to rebel is I would watch white programs. I would sneak and watch hockey, and I would sneak and watch all kind of stuff. I would sneak, and one night I was in one of them moods of I'm finna watch whatever it is I want to watch. And I turned it on HBO. HBO was on, and I see Bill Burr on HBO. Bill Burr that night was probably the whitest thing on TV. It's his HBO half hour. He has on a blue and white sort of like striped up shirt with some jeans. He's as pale as he could probably get at that point with his orange hair. He looked like this damn cup with orange hair. So I'm watching Bill on there, and Bill had this bit that he was doing where he said, Bill had this bit where he was talking about the Pope, right? He said, man, the Pope was almost black. Damn, I wish that the Pope would have been black. Not because I care about the religion or anything like that. I just couldn't wait to go down to the comedy club and hear all the black comics be like, oh, white people scared now. Yeah, white people scared now. Yeah, the Pope is black and shit. He was doing like this whole bit. And he was doing like a bit, like a Def Jam comic would have did, like a Comic View comic would have did. And he was going on and on. It was like all wrapped in satire. And I'll never forget my brain, like, I don't want to say my brain exploded, but I just remember it just opening up because that was the first time that I had saw somebody sort of do something very accurate about the type of comedy that I watched, but kind of did it in a way that was letting you know that it was bad in a way. Not that it was bad comedy, but it was just like it was just something about the way that he did it that made me. It just opened my mind to look at comedy differently, and I watched the rest of Bill, and I was like, wow. And then after that, I just started following everything. After I watched Bill Burr, I moved out of my parents' house so I could watch more white comedy. That's the truth. I just moved out because I wanted to be able to study this in peace, and it opened my mind up to so much more of this stuff. And that's how I ended up finding out about Louis and that whole New York scene, like Jim Norton and Patrice O'Neal and Voss and all those guys. Like I just found out about that whole thing. It opened my whole mind up to this whole other thing about comedy and what comedy actually was. And I became a big fan of Louis' show and all of Louis' specials and just anything I could find that was Louis C.K. Big, huge hero of mine. And so I'm getting ready to meet him that night. And, I met him. I talked to him for like that 20 minutes I told y'all about. We got to talk for a little bit and, opening up for people and this, that, and the fourth. And he had let me know, like, hey, congrats again on your album. You know what I mean? I'll listen to it when it comes out. I ain't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? Not really anything nothing of it, but I was just like, told my friends like, yo, he wants to hear it and stuff like that. And I was telling people I was a little excited because I'm like, but honestly, I was kind of thinking like, man, it's like he probably was just being nice or sarcastic or whatever. But the album comes out, everybody's being nice and kind. I'm getting the love, and I shoot a message to Joe List. I said, Joe, I hadn't seen you in a while since this time, but when we did see each other, remember I met Louis that night, and Louis, because I recorded my album that night, and remember Louis said when it comes out, he wanted to hear it. Now, I don't know. I said, I don't know if he was just being nice or if he was being sarcastic, but it's out. Sent Joe the link. Joe messaged me back, said, I'll send it to him right now. That was a highlight, all right? Because Louis a comedy nerd, fan of comedy or whatever. I know he at least heard, even if he only heard the intro, that's one of the greatest moments ever. That's almost better than him watching me do a set. That's almost better than him watching me do a set. And very happy, very excited. And whole other level with it. So as far as joy goes, then getting all this stuff from friends. I didn't book too many shows. That Friday when the album come out, had a show in Dallas. That was a good time at Hyenas Comedy Club. Had a great time in Dallas. Ran into a few friends out there. Man, everybody knows I like tequila. It's I love it. I love that everybody knows that I like tequila. Cause I show up and they just, I mean, they have shots ready. I don't know what your choice of drink is, but just imagine you going somewhere and alcohol is pretty much free. And people know what your favorite drink is. And when you show up, they just have it made. So I did that show. Rode out there with the good buddy Rachel McMillan. That was cool. Rode out there with her, whatever. She drove. I usually be afraid of white women driving, but I didn't care. It felt weird. It felt like a weird blindside situation for about 45 minutes. And then after a while, you just do comics in a car talking. But when it did that, the other big highlight of this weekend, man, I got to share with y'all. Huge highlight. So I got to go back, give a little bit of backstory. Remember, my car was messed up. Couldn't drive. Well, not that I couldn't drive. I didn't have my car. And it cost a lot of money to get it out. You know what I mean? And with the help of people, I was able to get it out. Right? But before that, I'm riding around and I'm feeling low. I'm feeling real low. I'm not feeling well. Even with all this stuff going on and doing shows and compliments here and compliments there, I'm still just not feeling all the way myself. I'm feeling sad. And I went to go help somebody out. And when I drove to go help them out, they ended up not needing my help. So where they were at, they weren't far from my parents. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go pop in and see my parents real quick. So, man, I go to go see my parents. And I go over there. I ring the doorbell. I wasn't going to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. I got to go ring the doorbell, right? I ring the doorbell. No answer. Go around. I'm checking around the house. I see their cars in the driveway. But I'm like, damn, I don't see them. Nobody's answering. Maybe they're in the backyard. I kind of look through. I'm like, I don't see nothing happening in the backyard. So I swing around to the front. And I'm like, maybe they fucking. Which ain't that big a deal. I've heard my parents get busy several times. I've heard my parents get after it on several occasions. I'm like, they're in their 50s now. This will probably be over in 3 minutes. And I'll go in and talk to my parents. My dad will be happy because he just came. My mom will be mad because my dad just came. But it's fine. We'll chat it up. let them know I love them. It's cool. So I'm sitting there. I'm standing outside. I go to ring the doorbell again, and then I hear chatter. So I'm listening to be like, what is it? The type of chatter I think that it is? Listening. No, it's not that type of chatter. Oh, wait, they're just talking. What are they talking about? And I listen closely, and I'm hearing stuff like, he's a loser, throwing his life away. I don't know what he's doing. Shouldn't have left his wife. Yada, yada, yada. I'm hearing all this chatter. I'm like, who are they talking about? And I lean in, and I realize they're talking about me. And they're going in. I mean, they're going in. As a matter of fact, they're going in so loud that I ring the doorbell twice, and they still didn't hear it. So I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm outside. I'm destroyed. And I have to leave. I'm like, I'm not even finna ring the doorbell. I'm not even finna make a deal or nothing like that. And you know, it's one of those moments. I know this for a fact. Let's say I'd have run the doorbell until they heard it. And then I opened the door. Right? And they opened the door and they saw me. They probably would have been like, well, speak of the devil. Oh, you gonna live a long time. We were just talking about you, right? All that little cliche shit. I don't like when people say that. Don't say, when you see me speak of the devil, don't say you're going to live a long time. We're just talking about you. Because I assume that it was negative. I assume it's negative. Because if you are in the privacy of your own home and you're talking about somebody, 95% of the time, it's going to be negative. Church-going people do not speak good about people when they talk about them in their own home. They never do. So I had to turn around and go back to this car that they were letting me borrow, which I appreciate so much. I love them so much for everything they did. But man, that shit hurt. That shit still hurts when I think about that. Because this road, this pursuit to happiness, it can be lonely. When you are going after the things that you really want in life, everybody around you is not going to understand. It's not for them to understand. It's not even for them to even believe. But if you're still lucky enough to have your parents around, I mean, that's a love that's so unconditional that when you hit a low, when you hit a bottom, you feel like they're going to help you reshape things so that you can keep going on. Give you the encouragement, give you the this. But in that, you would hope that it's genuine. Like, you hope they really mean it. And that day, I kind of found out that my parents, they don't really believe in me. That shit hurt. That's why a couple of these episodes were sad, because that shit was hurting. And, I walked away feeling how I was feeling. I was riding that car. It's like, oh, y'all don't believe in me? Well, the feeling is mutual, goddammit. But then I got over it. The album comes out. And I called my sister, one of my sisters. I go, hey, do you think mom and dad are going to listen to the album? And they go, nah. She goes, no. She goes, they're not going to listen to it. They're not going to listen to the album. I go, you sure? How you know that? She's like, bro, they're not going to listen to the album. She said, Dad might listen to the album. Dad might listen. But mama for sure not going to listen. And if she does, it's going to be because Dad told her to. I'm like, all right, we'll see. So I get a call from my mom, right? And my mom goes, hey, what are you doing? We talk every Saturday morning, I got to say. It's crazy, and as hot shit is, I talk to my mom on Saturdays. We talk on, that's our day. We talk about our week. She tell me what she got going on. We talk about an hour every Saturday. Make her laugh about something. She make me laugh about something. In spite of everything that we go through, we still talk. So she called me this Saturday. She was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "Ah, nothing, just hanging around, whatever." She was like, well, I listened to your album." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" It's like a pause. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm excited." I'm like, "You did? What? What do you think?" She goes, "Son, it was good as hell." I was like, "What?" She was like, "It's real good." She said, "I wasn't gonna listen to it." She said, "But your daddy called me and he said, 'Have you listened to Trey album?'" And I said, "No, I don't think I'm gonna listen to it." He said, "Bae, you gotta listen to it. It's really funny. It's real good. He's actually good." So I talked to her about 45 more minutes about that, and she let me know she gonna let everybody know about it. She let me know that she's like, "Me and your dad, we are proud. We might not be showing it as much as some other people, or it might not be a big deal to some other people, but she like, me and your dad, we are proud." And man, I ain't gonna lie, that meant everything to me. That meant everything to me hearing that they were proud because they didn't believe in me. They probably still don't. They just be like, he's good or whatever. But that was the biggest highlight. Number 2 on iTunes, Louis listening, all of that. Nothing can top the fact that my parents listened to my album, enjoyed it, and are telling other people. So I know that probably wasn't the funniest goddamn story, but at least it was heartfelt. Um, but they believed in me, and well, they liked the album. They might still not believe in me. It's fine, but at least I made them laugh in the car. But man, I'm happy. We got some stuff that's coming up. They're gonna be out on vinyl soon, and we're gonna have some shirts made for people to be able to get the album. Real quick before I forget, Jimmy Butler let us down. Jimmy Butler let us down. We were rooting for Jimmy Butler on so many levels. Like so many, he don't even realize. Like we was rooting for Jimmy Butler because we just look. A lot of people was like, all these people felt like it was gonna be a loss, a Lakers versus Celtics championship because they right now the Lakers and the Celtics, two of the oldest franchises in the NBA, they're tied right now with 17 championships. So a lot of people felt like it's rigged. They're gonna set it up. LeBron and Tatum and blah 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 and this that and the fourth. And it's gonna be Lakers versus Celtics. That didn't happen, and everybody felt like the drama in this was over with. But y'all don't understand. The NBA is in a state. The league is international. The league is very European. The game ain't as brutal. That game that we just watched, that game 5, that was a very old school game. Both teams scored under 100 points. The total was 93-89, and it was a brutal game. It was a very physical game. It was very much like the old school American way of playing basketball. The fit like the way how physical the game was last night. Um, in that game 5. But the game is more European. The moves, the players, the everything. And think about it. The last few MVPs have been international players, right? MB, Jokic twice, Giannis twice. It's like the MVPs now are international. So you wanted to see Jimmy pull it off. It was more of an American thing. It was like rooting for your country a little bit. I mean, not like well, I mean, like obviously Denver whole team isn't international, but um, but their star player was, and I would have loved to see Jimmy Butler. I think we all would have loved to see Jimmy Butler take that one, and exception. But I did not want Denver to win because I just didn't want to see happy white Colorado people. I didn't. All right, I'll be honest. I don't like all these smiling mushroom taking motherfuckers just grinning the whole just like yeah. I watch sports. I'm gonna tell you this is real. Only reason I watch sports is for white women tears. That's why I love college football, because I know I'm going to see some sad young white girl just crying, mascara and face paint running down because the quarterback threw a pick six. It's the only reason I watch it. And last, man, to see that game fight, y'all let me down. Y'all let me down. Y'all let me down, Miami, because y'all had a chance, man, to. Y'all was there. Y'all was it then. And I just wanted to just see all them ugly ass mountain teeth white people just be sad. I got nothing against anybody, by the way. But, I mean, you got to admit, as a person of color, if you are out there, you're a person of color, you got to admit, the best tears to witness is white tears. To see a white person in distress is the funniest shit ever. Cause they don't know how to. It just be so fun seeing a white, especially seeing like a white dude like try to keep his composure with it. White dudes still be tough when they be crying, but white women, they lose it. They feel wronged. They be feeling like it was just a straight injustice that happened on their behalf. So I wanted to see that, but they let us down. Now we got to deal with boring ass baseball. Man. Boring ass baseball and low attending ass WNBA. I be watching them. I be trying to watch them games, but I be telling these women like, man, look, we tuning in. Everybody giving y'all this support. Y'all got the ball. I tell you that I put on a WNBA game to watch before I was getting ready to do something. I was just watching it as like a filler thing. WNBA, y'all got too much goddamn pregame. Okay? Your sport is struggling. The ratings is low. The attendance is low. When we turn it on and we going to support you, you got to get that shit got to get right to the balling. It's got to get straight to the hooping. Y'all not entertaining enough to have a pregame. Hell nah. Ain't no pregame. Y'all need to get right to it. But anyway, man, I'm happy on another level. It took a while to get here, but I'm just happy, man. I at least got to have a weekend of genuine joy. And I thank everybody that got the album and listened and everything. And I'm going to just keep doing whatever it is I can do to elevate myself and to keep being better. Because I had these shows. I had 3 shows on Sunday. I walked 4 people. I walked 4 white people. And I ain't gonna lie, it felt good to walk because, you know what I'm saying, bro. Like when this is the thing people be trying to act like I don't know how to just have nobody's side all the way. If you out here and you on some fuck shit, you need to just get away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody really want you around if you on some fuck shit. But like that's what I say. If you're a white person and you go somewhere and it's mostly white people, and you get up and you leave, and the people applaud your exit, you a raggedy motherfucker. You a raggedy sumbitch. If people are applauding your exit, you need to figure out a way to get your life together. Being an asshole and admitting you're an asshole does not justify being an asshole. Fix yourself. You don't attain self-awareness just so you can keep making mistakes. You're supposed to try to improve on it. But anyway, I digress. But thank you. It's been another episode of the Tutson Interruption. I appreciate it. Keep tuning in. Once again, I'm here at Don Oscar Cigars. One of the best cigar towns, one of the best cigar shops in town. They have the best cigars. I love smoking on this shit here. But thank y'all, man. If you haven't got the album yet or listened to it yet, it's available everywhere on all platforms. It's called BlissFool, BLISSFOOL. And be on the lookout for the T-shirts and the vinyls. Until next time, adios.